Hi, this is a video about the destiny of America, its President Trump, the Great Conjunction at the end of 2020, and predictive programming in Watchmen. Following the Astral synchronization I shown on the movie Mars Attack. First, the creator of the new Watchmen show linked Trump with the villain. But Trump himself has already said that he is one of the smartest men or even the smartest man, exactly like the superpower of the villain on Watchmen, that is, the smartest men on the world. And of course they are both megalomaniacal millionaires.
Ain't nothing gonna matter once those nukes start flying, we'll all be dust. That Aussie man is here. Be the smartest man on the sender.
Is Donald Trump an intellectual? Trust me, I'm like a smart person. I understand things. I comprehend very well. Okay? Better than, I think, almost anybody. People would say I'm like the super genius of all time. The super genius of all time. I'm one of the smartest people everywhere in the world. It's true.
And like is known, President Trump has been a victim of some alleged assassination attempts, and a lot of people are awaiting for a new one, but a lot bigger. And in Watchmen, the villain makes a fake self-assassination attempt, so in the confusion, he can eliminate all his enemies. In that moment, we can clearly see that in the box of the assassin clearly says New World Delivered, and is right next to a pyramid, like the famous pyramid of the New World Order. So this means a false assassination attempt in order to kill all the enemies and impose a new world order. But this also encodes a date, because behind the assassins can be seen the three famous occultist pillars that represent the sun, the moon, and the union of both, an eclipse, making a reference to the third eye, the eye of providence, that allows to see the future, and in the center of his hat, exactly where the third eye is, he has a pyramid, exactly like in the box. And like I already explained, this pyramid of the New World Order, with the central eye and the 13 steps, represents the 13th sign of or constellation of Ophiuchus, that is shaped like the all-seeing eye in the Milky Way, where the eclipse at the end of the year will happen right next to the Great Conjunction. And even one of his enemies gets shot right between the eye, like the third eye. Then the villain makes several attacks in the world to avoid a nuclear war with a weapon called the squid, like an octopus, that is also an octopus with one eye open in the middle of the brain, and that comes from outer space, leaving a huge trail of fire. This is in perfect sync with the constellations where the Great Conjunction and the eclipse will happen at the end of the year, in the Milky Way, that looks like a trail of fire in outer space, where is the constellation of the Eye right next to the Scorpion, that like the octopus has 8 legs, and it is in the heart of the Milky Way, like the heart of the city where the attacks happen. In fact, the explosion is blamed on Dr. Manhattan, that has a third eye with the astrological symbol of the sun and a small orbital point representing the moon, referencing an eclipse on the all-seeing eye. In fact, the third eye is usually known as the Eye of Shiva, in which one eye is the sun, the other the moon, and the third one an eclipse that sees beyond time and destroys the world when it's open. And this character is an electric god like Jupiter, that is the god of lightning, and he built machines of time, like Saturn, that represent machines and time, or the mechanics of time. fact, right in the final battle, where the plans of the villain are revealed, he is at the top of the pyramid, with a remote control shaped like a pyramid, as Dr. Manhattan watches him with its third eye, and the villain also has a belt with the Eye of Horus, and he gets shot on the heart. All synchronized with the constellation that is in the Milky Way, where the great eclipse will happen at the end of the year, that is Ophiuchus with the shape of the all-seeing eye of Horus, pyramid that, like I already explained in the last video of Mars attack, symbolizes an eclipse, same constellation of the eye in the Milky Way, and the shot to the heart is the same symbology of the signs that are in the heart of the Milky Way, where the archer shot to the heart of the Scorpion. The great eclipse at the end of the year will happen right next to the Great Conjunction.
The latest security scare involving Trump, who also had a man try to rush the stage of an Ohio rally in March.
Humanity's savage nature will.
And the coincidences doesn't stop there, because when Trump launched the vaccine campaign, he called it warp speed and compared it with the Manhattan Project that gave birth to the nuclear bomb. And in Watchmen, the nuclear blast is transported via warp speed and is blamed on Dr. Manhattan. And this villain passes through a trial, and his response is just farting, very similar to Trump, that when he was preparing for his trial, he said it was a bullshit impeachment. And he said that on the month of October, and the trial of the villain of Watchmen, it was about the attack with that giant octopus. Not to mention that his suit has a collar full of pyramids with points that make him look like an octopus. Octo meaning 8 to its 8 legs, like the sign of the scorpion that also has 8 legs and starts on October, which name originates from where it was the 8th month, the 8th original month.
Guilty.
The defense rests.
So they're pursuing an illegal, invalid, and unconstitutional bullshit impeachment. Bullshit impeachment.
It's called Operation Warp Speed endeavor, unlike anything our country has seen since the Manhattan Project.
Millions of lives were suddenly ended in an act of evil perpetrated by Dr. Manhattan himself.
So like we see, the words used by Trump are highly synchronized with the villain of Watchmen, or aligned to the Great Eclipse and Great Conjunction at the end of 2020. A false attack is made to destroy all his enemies, and in a great battle, where he even simulates that his death destroys several buildings in several places in order to simulate stopping a world war, show himself as the savior. Obviously, this doesn't mean that it is what is going to happen, but it's an scenario that it is already embedded in the subconscious mind of the masses. And like I already said, if some event like that is going to happen, most likely is going to be at the end of the year, because as I already have shown, the big world events are usually synchronized with astrological alignments. The Green Conjunction and the eclipse are historicals, and they surely cannot miss this chance. So it's now or never. But of course, the people that control entertainment and politics both are usually in occultism, and generally they use the same language, astral synchronizations, so the narratives overlap. But this also is used as a tool to program the subconscious of the population to certain events in certain dates. And for when the events happen, many see it that is like a movie. Even if they don't realize it, they feel that it's like a movie and they accept it easily. Okay, this was all for now. Thanks for watching.